Good morning, it's Donald and Mary, and we're here to bring you your morning weather, water, and trail chatter report. So this morning we're going to start with some water and weather, and then after we'll move to some around the world news and trail chatter. All right, take it away, Mary.
Thank you, Donald.
You're welcome.
Good morning, everyone. It's 58 degrees in Blairsville right now and cloudy. We're looking at a high of 68 today. It's going to be overcast with a slight chance of rain showers, 5 to 10 mile per hour winds. And then tonight, 47, some clouds this evening, giving way to mainly clear skies overnight. Winds will be light and variable. On Blood Mountain today, they're looking at a high of 59 degrees. It will be partly sunny. And then tonight, 46 and mostly clear. Winds today and tonight, 5 to 15 miles per hour with gusts up to 25. Make sure you're checking for those loose limbs and branches. Water's good for the most part on the trail. You do have to top off at Hawk Mountain Shelter. You won't have another water source until you get to Justice Creek, which is about 6.2 miles north. And then you need to top off at Neal Gap also. Neal Gap to Hog Pen is dry. You will be able to get water at Hog Pen Gap. Slaughter Creek is dry, so there's no longer that source before you climb Blood Mountain going northbound. So make sure you're filling up before then. Snakes are still out. Let's watch for them on the trail and rocks in different areas in the sunshine. Let's remember that nest of copperheads up in the boulders on Cow Rock, which is north of Neal Gap 5 miles, and rattlesnakes occasionally show up too. All right, Great Smoky Mountain National Park, bear closures, Twin Creeks Trail, campsites 18, 57, and 82. All the shelters are open, and the bear warnings are campsite 71. Let's remember to leave no trace and properly store and dispose of food and other items that have odors. Let's bring it out if we brought it in. An update on the Great Smoky Mountain National Park with the government shutdown. They will continue to be fully operational through October 19th due to more funding from state and local leaders. They're estimating it's $85,000 a day to keep operations running. A group headed by the state of Tennessee, local governments, and Friends of the Smokies, a nonprofit partner of the park. Those are the ones that are funding this, and the group plans to look at keeping the park open on a week-by-week basis. So that's what's going on up there. Donald, I'm gonna turn it over to you now.
All right, sweet, thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, good morning, guys. Let's start like this. It is 5:31 a.m. and it is 10/9/2025, and if people don't know, it's October. Anyways, let's start like this. So let's start with a Hawaii rescue in Honolulu. On Wednesday, the Honolulu Fire Department received a 911 call reporting a sick hiker on the Diamond Head Crater Trail. At 7:43 a.m., firefighters arrived and ascended the trail on foot. The second arriving unit secured a nearby landing zone to prepare for air operations. It was reported that a male hiker in his 60s became ill and was unable to descend the trail on his own. HFD personnel arrived on foot at the hiker's location at 8:01 a.m., where they conducted a medical assessment and provided basic life support. Air 1 then safely airlifted the hiker to the landing zone, where medical care was transferred to EMS at 8:25 a.m. They work fast, eh?
Awesome.
All right, we had a rescue in Portland, Oregon. So 2 lost hikers were rescued from a closed-off and rugged, overgrown trail in the Columbia River Gorge overnight, authorities said. The hikers were cold and thirsty, but otherwise in good condition when they were found by 2 Multnomah County Sheriff's Office Green Hornets team members just before 1 a.m. on Wednesday, officials said. The hikers had a hiking app that displayed their GPS coordinates, which they texted to the deputy. The coordinates placed them near the Rock of Ages Trail, a rugged, overgrown area that has remained closed since the 2017 Eagle Creek fire. The trail is known for its steep cliffs, challenging terrain. The hikers had called 911 shortly after 10:30 p.m. Tuesday night after becoming lost and unable to return to the Horsetail Falls trailhead. They were given water and jackets and then escorted back to their car at the trailhead. Sweet. All right. I'm glad they were able to send off some SOS signals and yada, yada, yada. I was actually reading the other day about the Garmin Fenix 8 and the satellite capabilities that it has, and how they say that it's inReach like, or the same as inReach, which it isn't. And I saw a video that this dude made about the Fenix 8 and the Garmin inReach, and saying that the inReach has multiple satellites that are moving across the sky in a grid. There's like a grid, they're moving everywhere, so they're always like within a half a minute to a minute, you're getting a signal, and you're able to send a text off, or for an SOS signal. When the Garmin has the satellites in the sky are sitting still, so you have to be out under the trees, you have to be in a certain area, and it doesn't always work well. You have to wait a couple minutes for it to catch a signal. And so that's kind of how the inReaches used to work back in the day, man. They've just gotten way better these days, man. And so anyways, they work off the Iridium satellites, so the inReach does. And so the Fenix doesn't work like that. It's it's working off that or the satellites that are sitting still, and so it doesn't work as well. And so they're saying don't depend on the Fenix like the iPhone SOS. Don't depend on those like an inReach. So if you're out there and you want a transponder or transmitter, an SOS beacon, or whatever they are, the Garmin, go after what is actually what's made for that. It's specifically designed to send off an SOS. inReach has its own like people too, man, that call when they get the signal or the SOS. They call immediately, like the sheriffs and SARS and stuff, man. And it's not the same with the iPhones and stuff, man. I've been doing a little bit of research on that stuff, man. And so, anyways, man, I'm glad this dude was able to get an SOS off. So
Most definitely.
definitely. Okay, and so that's about it on news for today. We've got some stuff going on, some text coming through. I'm not sure what's up, but that was a hiker. So we're gonna go ahead and take care of that stuff. It is 5:36 a.m., so it is early too, man. But anyways, today we've got some shuttles. We have MARTA to Springer Mountain, and then yesterday we thought we were gonna have a slower day, but it ended up actually being a pretty busy day.
It was.
We were out and about for most of the day, and then finally we were able to get some food, and then passed out really early, man. I was in bed by 5:36, man. I was done completely, man. I was already done earlier in the day, but I was really tired. And same with Mary. As soon as she got back, we both, did our thing. Anyways, today we've got some stuff going on. Jordan got his car back, man. It only took a day to get his vehicle back on the road, and $1,500, but he's back on the road and ready to rock and roll, man. So
awesome.
yeah, dude, that's how we roll here, man. Get it done. Get her done, man. Get back on the road and do our thing, man.
That's right.
So, and what happens is when we don't have Jordan, we have to pick up the load of the other drivers. So it actually does kind of it can be rough. Yeah, dude, it can be tiring, man, but it's rewarding always, man. So anyways, did you have anything you'd like to say?
No, I'm good, thank you.
Sweet. All right, guys, man, if anyone needs anything at all, give us a jingle. We're here for you. One love, peace, thanks.